Let's get the stream going. I need to figure out if this thing is actually working. Is it working? I need to minimize this. Is it V? I don't know if it's working or not, but we're not going to worry about it. So I actually thought that Adio was free forever with like usage limits, but apparently not. Free. Maybe explore plans. Maybe I was on like pro subscriber tier. Yeah. Okay, because I want to use like the free version of this first, and I kind of want to play around with Adio. I need to make this new workspace. Be in downloads. We're gonna go this little cutie. No, this. We're gonna go black or white. I kind of like the white one more. What is my actual logo though? This one's the white one. Yeah, I guess we'll go white. Let's see what it looks like. Yeah. We'll go. We're still working on launch Soku, so we'll go launch Soku. That's what we're shifting back to today. I'm not working on build Soku right now because I feel like that's taken up a lot of my time, and that was never the goal to work on that one. So that was kind of like a side quest. So we're gonna keep crushing on build Soku, or sorry, launch Soku. How did you hear about us? Skip. Don't care. Can I skip this? I'll manually create. Yeah. Yes. Auto record external meetings. I guess so. It's fine. If I ever talk to people. Really, it's for sales. Product led. Technically, it's founder led too, though. And inbound and outbound. Small. Skip. I don't want to do pro, dog. It keeps putting me into pro. I don't care about pro. I want to downgrade to free immediately because I don't want to be. I don't want to get used to the pro features. Oh shoot! They tricked me. Where was that? They tricked me. There's some building logic in there where it's like that's tricky to me though. I don't like that. It's like, dude, just let me downgrade. Reload. Something probably happened and I signed up with something that was on the pro tier, but now it's not. So, but anyways, at any rate. I want to go into launch Soku, new work tree. We're gonna go a new feature. It's actually kind of a chore. It's kind of a cleanup. Provisioning work tree. Took a little longer than I like, but it's okay. Migrate CRM. Let's go Claude. Dangerous to skip permissions. And actually before I did that, I've been out for like 3 days, so we're just gonna do a little Claude update. I went down to where my dad lives and spent the weekend with him building a pool deck around like an above ground pool. So I've been out since Friday. Now we can go back into here. I want to migrate my CRM away from Go High Level and start using Attio, A-T-T-I-O, and use their API. We'll have to switch out the API keys. We'll have to switch out the endpoints, but all the functionality that is currently set up for Go High Level should remain the same for Attio, but just taking into account their CRM endpoints versus Go High Levels. The reason why I'm changing to Attio is, one, it's free just for the setup of this Launch Soku idea. I wanted everything to be free off the rip because Go High Level is sick and it's what I've always used, but you have to pay for it. It's like $97 a month, which isn't a lot of money, but for anyone who's wanting to like get started really quickly for really cheap, that's another bottleneck. So it's like, if and when I sell the license to Launch Soku, I don't want them to have to buy my license and then have to go buy subscriptions too. And there's a case where I could set all this up. At least someone was telling me. I haven't really done much work with VPSs before, but I could do like all this locally, or like not locally, but in-house basically with VPSs. But I think the setup to get someone else set up on a VPS would be harder than to get someone set up on this. So it's not, I'm not only optimizing for cost, but I'm also optimizing for speed. But I'm almost done with this, and I'm going to start working on my own SaaS soon. So I think I just have a couple more things left, because as it stands right now, if we go preview this little cutie, it should start up all my websites because it's under this Launch Soku build. Is this thing working now? No active live chat. Yeah, so if we go to 3001, whoa, and then 4001, that's the actual app. Okay, if I sign in, I can't remember if I use my real email or a fake one. Let's see. I haven't logged into this for a couple of days, like I said, because I've been working on this Build Soku app. So hopefully, I'm gonna do this off screen. Hopefully, it all still works, which would be favorable. Nice. I want to make it to where when you paste it in, it submits the form immediately. Because I've seen other apps do that, and I really like it, versus having to paste it. Versus having to paste it and then click the button. All right, so we're in, boys. All these are running, which is nice. I am not going to worry about this right now, I don't think. So all I want to do is make sure that localhost 3001, when we click Gate Notify, these should be changed to ADIO, not Go High Level. Yes, that one. Custom attributes on person. The closest one to match today, set source on the person object in one upsert call needs attribute slugs. Yeah, I guess we'll do this. Submit. While that's working, I do want to go check on this because it should be working. Let's see. Yo, what up, big dog? What's good, my homie? Yan prompter. The other thing I need to check and see in this is the subscription status with Stripe to make sure that's all like dialed, at least in the sandbox account. So this is, let's go into settings. We should have gone into billing, but this is always going to be this way when billing. Dang it. Oh, the Authenticator app. Also, over the weekend, dude, I'll show you guys in a second. I sat down in like my backyard chair or whatever, and I'm slightly regarded, and I don't have a phone case. What am I doing? Oh yeah, Authenticator. I have a phone case on my phone, and my phone just like slipped out of my pocket whilst I was sitting down, and was the wrong one. And now my phone's like tweaking. Stripe, okay. Yeah, now my phone's like tweaking like crazy. Let's see if it does it. It just flashes. So it makes me use it less, which is nice. But it is quite annoying. I need to go to the sandbox. Soku sandbox. Subscriptions. So these are active. We're on Pro. May. So there might be something up where it didn't update because it should have. Let's go into the webhooks. Yeah, we got something up in here. But that's the variant. We need to go. All these are bugging though. What is this? 18th. Let's see when. Is this on the 18th? Yeah, so May 18th. It should have renewed on the 18th, and this one has an error on the 18th. Well, 6 succeeded. So let's go in here and look. Seven days. We need to find the failed ones. What's today? 22nd? I haven't logged into this in a while, so I should figure out what this error is. They should have one on the 18th, right? Am I crazy? Yeah, these guys. API stage. no such subscription ID. This. Currently on the free plan. So I must have been downgraded automatically. Let me go look in Neon, see what's up. Pretty sure I already did this, but this is dev though. Tables, accounts. They're all active. Any reason for me not making videos and actual shorts on dedicated topics? Bro, sometimes I don't know what to talk about, to be honest. That's my biggest problem, is like I don't know what to talk about all the time. It's easier for me to stream and talk about what I'm going through in real time than to come up with like, you know, your influencer bros. And it's like top 10 ways to build SaaS, or new tool that completely changes the game. I don't know. It's like, I don't know if it's not my style, or maybe I'm just not good at it. It's probably just I'm not good at it. I used to do that, actually. If you go look at my Instagram, well, there's one that's not linked. I had one, and it got some good traction. I got a couple videos that, where's this search button? I had a couple videos that like popped off. So I used to do that kind of stuff, right? But this was like the last one I posted was last year sometime. Yeah, 42 weeks ago, so almost a year. And it just wasn't my style. Like, I don't know, like I had one of them pop off that had like over 1 million views. Where was it? It was a pretty good video. Yeah, like this one. It was talking about context profiles. It got some good traction. But I didn't know where I was going with it, to be honest. And so it's like, okay, why am I posting these? I didn't really have any idea of where I wanted to go. So I kind of just like lost steam and stopped posting. That's on me though, right? Because like, I mean, most people don't have 3,000 followers. I don't know. Would you be able to talk to me for a topic? I mean, I can give you video ideas, script, and then edit, and also make you the thumbnail, cut your streams into shorts too. I'm actually pretty good at it, and it can improve your streams by a lot based on views. Currently, editing is pretty basic with auto captions. Yeah, I mean, send me your website, dude. I don't care. I'll look into anything. I have no agenda, honestly, with the stream. Some people ask me, it's like, bro, like, what's your plan with it? Like, I don't know, dude. I'm not one of those guys who's trying to like, and maybe it's not to my own detriment, right? But I'm not trying to like I don't know. Do I want to monetize everything I do? Yes. Like, do I want to sell launch Soku? Yes. Do I want to sell build Soku? Yes. Do I want to have subscriptions to my own SaaS? Yes. But it's like, I'm not trying to be shifty about it, you know? I'm just gonna tell people the truth and just stream along the way, and whatever happens, happens, you know? I think in a perfect world for me, like, I just build like a cool community around AI, SaaS, vibe coding, non-vibe coding, like actual software engineering. And we all have like a place to hang out. You know, maybe it's paid, maybe it's not. Maybe it's paid to like keep the like people who are genuinely interested and not like freeloaders who are just trying to like LARP and grift and whatever. I don't know. I haven't really thought about that side yet though. All right, so let's go in here real quick. I do need to go into ADIO and get some API keys, I think, which we'll do off screen for obvious reasons. Let me know if you're interested in a ghosting, please. No, yeah, I said drop your website or your Instagram or something. I'll hit you up, dude. I'll try anything twice. Developers, create an access token. I'm all about capitalism, so if you're trying to make money and you do like a good job on stuff and it helps me make money and helps me, you know, achieve my goals, like I'm not afraid to pay someone to help me do something. Save changes, copy. API, yeah. Okay, so I gotta do that off screen real quick. Local, prod, staging, all the same ones for this because it doesn't really matter. I do need to stop this and restart it. Yeah, of course, I'll share some references of editing I can provide. I think there's some links in the description of this video for like my social accounts or whatever. All right, so let's go back into, well, I need to go localhost 2001, go in here, Chaz. Subscribe. Audio not configured in its deployment. I'm pretty sure it is. I think I literally just did that. Ah, shoot. I need you to look into the Stripe webhooks using the CLI in the Soku sandbox and look at the different subscriptions. And look at the errors in Stripe, look at the errors in Neon, and see why the user might not be getting upgraded to Pro on the renewal of the billing cycle. I might have needed to do like a npm install first. By the way, your room's pretty dope, not gonna lie. Hey, I appreciate that, dog. I appreciate it. Usually it's darker in here, but I have these like little lights on right here, so it's a little brighter. I intentionally like have an office with no windows because I get distracted by outside. But sometimes it's like, okay, I need like incandescent style lights besides, or other than like just straight blue light LEDs. Oh, I was looking at this thing earlier. Oh. No, it's not. Oh, really? I thought I changed it already. I got it already. Marketing, ENV local. Yes, it is. It's literally in there. Apps marketing env.local. Marketing env.local. Adio API key. Adio API key. Yes, it is. Oh, this is. I forgot about that. It's the. I gotta do it in here. I gotta do it off screen real quick, boys. Forgot about that. I'm on the different work tree over here. Okay. Apps, marketing. Is it not in source? Oh, no way. Yeah, Insta's cool, dog. I appreciate it. Yeah, let me know. I've thought about like making short form out of the streams and stuff. I just haven't done it yet. Yeah, it's great. That's the one I'm usually on anyways. I don't get on the one I just showed on stream. I haven't touched that in a long time. That was just for the example that I used to do that kind of stuff. But I kind of ran out of steam, didn't really know what I wanted to do with it, so I just stopped. And some like personal life stuff happened in the middle of that, and I just didn't. Yeah. Alright, I gotta stop this. Restart it. It should be in here now. Let's maximize this little cutie. Doesn't show. That's a problem in the files. It doesn't show hidden stuff, which is annoying, but yeah, shorts plus streams are great to start. Hopefully after we combine, you'll at least hit a K ASAP. Yeah, why not? All right, let's see. All right, nice. So let's go into Adio, wherever that went. Let's see if we got some stuff in here. See if we got a person. Clear sorting. Yeah, we got one little cutie in here. I just feel like this is going to be bad because like there's going to be so much red tape around everything. I should use HubSpot for this, dude. The problem with HubSpot, the problem with any CRM is like it's going to get expensive at some point, right? So I've heard this about Adio. Like these are going to be super important for marketing in the future. And the fact that they show me this and it, like they gatekeep it off the rip is super annoying to me. This stuff gives me anxiety, to be honest. Yeah, no sequences. I think we can have up to like 3 workflows or something. And this is like what a lot of the stream is going to be about in the future. It's like, yes, it's going to be about building the SaaS, but it's going to be about like marketing and stuff too. which I've always used Go High Level, and I don't mind paying for it. But for the sake of this app and for the sake of like what I'm doing, I wanted it to be the startup cost and ongoing cost, like to be cheap if not free. What's the subscription you got for AI? Like what AI do I use? Also, I forgot I did the notifications. Super sick. Over the weekend or 2 weeks ago or last week, anyone who's like kind of been following what I've been doing, I've been building kind of like a agentic kind of workspace where I'm able to build like more than one feature at a time and like view it in real time, which is sick. But I set up notifications because like sometimes you can't see it anymore because I navigated to the window, but I'll be working and forget about it, and it's like waiting for me to answer something, and I'll forget. And it's like, oh shoot, I gotta go prompt it again. And so now we have like little notifications and stuff, which is fun. This one's still working, so I can minimize this. Minimize that. I kind of want to make this bigger, but just leave it for now. Anyways, like integrations like this aren't hard, like ADIO, like what we were just doing. I feel like I should just go back to HubSpot because it's technically free, but you're going to have to pay at some point. My partner's actually goated with like all the CRM stuff, and they were saying yesterday like all this like deal flow and pipeline flow and all this stuff, and it's like I just know emails. I just know anyways. People clear sorting. Maybe we keep this for now. You what up, Caloric? Yeah, of course, dog. You're in here like every time I stream. I appreciate the support, big homie. How's your app going? What was your field in education? And more about you, because genuinely seeing your screen and apps, I feel impressed. You're doing most of the work by yourself. I mean, I'm a software engineer by trade. That's what I do. That's what I do during the day. I didn't go to school for it particularly, though. I did like a boot camp back in 2020 is when I started coding. 2018 is when I started. But just started getting into the streaming recently. Yeah. I'm a freshman. Should I go with CSE or not? Seeing the AI boom and unemployment. I think knowing more is always better than, well, I think coding will be relevant for a very long time. And I think the more you know and however you acquire that knowledge, you're always going to have a better odds of either employment or self-employment or partnering with someone who wants to do something. Yes, anyone can code now, but not everyone can code correctly. They can't build scalable applications. I would say 90% of the vibe coders out there are building apps that will probably never get used, and even if it does, they'll start to break around 1,000 users. And so if you know good software engineering principles and architecture patterns and all that stuff, you'll be way better off than someone who doesn't. But especially if you want to work for like the big dogs, Rex, if you want to work for, I forgot the new acronym people are saying for it. It was actually a funny one. It's a funny acronym. What's the new acronym for FANG? It was like goobers or something. Oh, mangoes. Yeah. Meta, Anthropic, NVIDIA, Google, OpenAI, SpaceX. Mangoes. So if you want to work for any of these, CS is going to be important. I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it would be good for you, for sure. Mangoes. Jeez. Yeah, especially because you're a freshman, dude. It's like, I just keep crushing, dog. You won't regret it, I don't think. This is my own opinion too, though. Like, do your own research. Don't say, oh yeah, this guy with 300 subscribers on YouTube told me I should spend the next 3 years going to CS school, so I'm gonna do it now. Like, that wouldn't be wise, you know. I have my own opinions. I do this for a living. I didn't do it the way you are doing it, right? I went to like a boot camp. It was like a 9-month thing. I learned a lot, and I have a lot of experience, so it's not easy, but it's not difficult for me to get a job now. Obviously the job market has a lot to do with it, but given we had similar experience, you know, if you built some cool stuff for some cool people and had really cool outcomes, you know, say in 4 years from now, when you're done, after you do some internships, et cetera, and then, you know, I have my 10 years experience, I think they would look at your resume equally as they would look at mine, even though I have 10 years experience and you say have 3 or 4, but because you have a CS degree, you will always take precedence over someone who doesn't. So your chances are better, especially if you want to work in corporate America. Less so with like startups and stuff like that. And this is an unpopular opinion, I think. Like the guys like me who want to have big dick syndrome, honestly, and be like, oh yeah, you don't need a CS degree because I don't have one and whatever. But I'm just being honest. Like, you would have better odds of getting a job than I did if you had similar outcome experience that I do. Obviously, you'll never catch up to my experience because I have a 7-year head start on you. But my 10-year experience, rather. But you can build super dope stuff in the same amount of time, like 3 years. Super dope stuff. And that goes a really long way on resumes. Doesn't really matter how long you've been doing it. It's about how long you've been doing the right thing. Right? So, Oh, duplicate sub customer, maybe that's what it is. Oh, yeah, I remember I did that. Dang it. See, this is why that would have taken me forever to figure out, because I remember when I set up like a mock account for a different app just to showcase something, I used the same Stripe IDs and stuff like that, the Stripe API keys, and I remember I signed up for the mock one with the same account. And so like the databases got blurry. And so one of them updated, one of them didn't, which obviously is very bad practice, but this was like 3 weeks ago, and I was kind of just like testing something out, and I didn't want to start a whole new sandbox to test it out. So all I got to do to fix the billing issue is honestly delete all the subscriptions, to be honest, and the other one. So I'll probably just do that right quick. I want to keep that because this one has to do with like my other account. So I'm just going to go in here. Can I? Yeah. Yeah, so I should delete a bunch of these. Everything from here down. I kind of just want to delete the cutie entirely. Can I just go to customers? I'm probably going to have to... Yeah, I sent you a DM on the Instagram with the 15K. I don't actually know a lot about Insta, so I don't know if you'll be able to see random DMs. There's different tabs. Sometimes it sends it to the normal one, and sometimes it doesn't. I got you. I appreciate it. That's the thing you said, like, it's for how long you've been doing the right thing, but in today's world, my ex Insta is filled with new tech coming each weekend. Yeah. As someone who's in the field too, dude, already in it, you're not alone in that area. I would and I think that's what I'm trying to say is like I would focus on the core software principles versus all these new tools that are coming out. Like AI second brain Obsidian, like how does that work with like software? Like learn about architecture, learn about how to make lots of things work together, learn about scalability, learn about caching, throughput versus like these like, I need to delete all of these like thrown together AI apps. All of these. We'll keep that one. I don't remember which one is which on this. I can delete all of these. Delete. Hopefully it cancels the subscription too. Hopefully it has that flow in there. Oh man, I forgot about that. Wish you was born in 2000. Yeah. But if you're a freshman, you're probably, I guess you were probably born in like 2008. 2008 would be crazy. 2008 or 2007, one of the two of those. Yeah. Honestly, dude, if you want to crank, if your goal is to make money, right? I think that's what you need to figure out. It's like, what do you want in life? And this is just life advice from Big Bro, right? From Chopped Unk. If you want to make money in life, you do need skills, right? You need to be good at something. You need to have evidence that you're good at that thing. But the other thing that is very important to have is attention. Not for the sake of being famous or being a celebrity or whatever, but just to be known, right? If people know you, opportunities will flow your way. But if you're really, really good at something and you have a lot of evidence but no one knows you, it's going to be difficult to do anything, especially moving into the future when people are like not even going outside as much anymore, not going to social gatherings and meeting people. And so like your ability to be able to meet people is going to be based on, I don't even like to say the word popularity, because it's not about being popular. It's just about being well known or known in general, right? Most of the jobs that I've gotten in my career before software and after software, it's been a lot of people that I've known, right? Someone knows someone who knows someone, or my friend needs something done for them, or my friend's friend needs a software engineer and he introduced me and I got the job that way. There's been one or two cases where like recruiters hit me up on LinkedIn, but even that is a case, right? If you're not on LinkedIn, like if I wasn't on there and didn't post back then, maybe the recruiter never would have seen me, and so I would have never got that job. They would have never reached out. So if I was you, being a freshman, I would honestly document your whole college journey of being a software, CS degree, and like coming up with different spins on why you think it's important and the bets that you're taking and the different things that you're learning. And I bet you, dude, that people would follow you like crazy just to be like inside insights on what CS majors are learning for like the noobs who don't want to go to college, right? That would be super unique. I don't get targeted for it, but I haven't seen anyone do that. Yeah, money, dude. Yeah, money. All right, so this one's done. I love this little notification system, dude, where I could see like which one finished. So I asked it what would be better in its opinion. Stay the course with ADIO. I thought it was going to say that. Now double paying. I don't need GHL. I don't know. We'll keep ADIO for now, I guess. All right, and now I need to go into Neon and just go ahead and delete. This. How do I delete this whole thing? Delete. Yeah, for sure, dog. Best of luck for the homies, right? Like we all want to win. I want you to win. I want me to win. Anyone watching this stream, I want them to win. And it's like there's plenty of things to do to go around. That's one thing I will say. It's like everyone's like doom and gloom about AI and how it's going to take most of the jobs. The people who are saying that are incentivized. Think about it this way. The people who are saying that most, white collar jobs are going to go away are the ones who are incentivized to say that based on their companies, right? It's like Anthropic, Dario, those guys who are who are saying like, oh yeah, software engineering has largely been solved. They're saying that because they want people to believe it, so they'll use their products more, so that big shops like Amazon, let's just say, will fire more people, get their current devs to start using it, and so Anthropic makes more money, right? Same with Elon. He has XAI. He's trying to build out the coding portion of that. I mean, Grok build kind of blows, but he's incentivized to say those things because he wants people to adopt his code writing system. Do I think that, AI assisted coding has changed the game? Yeah, for sure. It's kind of like sending a piece of mail to your homie via USPS versus sending him an email or sending him a text message. Like, I can't remember the last time I sent a homie snail mail, right? I'm gonna text him. AI generated code is the same thing. I still have to know kind of what to write, right? I still have to know like the emotional friendship side of what to write to my homie, and if he's going through some stuff, if he's like having a hard time, giving them suggestions on what to do in life and shit like that. I still have to come up with those words on my own, or those theories and those ideas. But the method of delivery is faster, right? The method of delivery of software is faster. And it's just trying to figure out how to tell AI how to write the code that you already know how to write. Yo, what up, Cameron? Oh, wait, that's not Cameron. Camaros? What up, dog? Luda, Grok build doesn't matter now that SpaceX acquired Cursor. So he even more incentivized now? Yeah, I mean, same thing, right? They're all the big shops, all the big AI, the frontier model shops, whatever. They're all incentivized to tell you that your job is going to go away, so you should learn how to use their thing and thus pay them money and whatever. But I think it's fear-mongering. I think a lot of it's fear-mongering. I don't think our jobs will go away. They'll just look a little bit different. So, and that comes from someone who's like been doing this for a while, right? And some of my friends, some of my software friends think differently than me. They think that it will be gone in the next 15 years, 10 years. I just don't think that. All right, what would happen? What would happen if I came in here into the sandbox and went into customers? Oh, shoot. Let's go. I forgot that all right, so I'm currently on a nothing plan, I don't think. I mean, the bottleneck wasn't the code at all. Explain to me what you mean by that. Dude, it is roasting in my office right now. I don't know what's going on, but it is. I'm sweating. It's like physically hot in here. Jeez. Let's go in and change. What ID is this? I think I deleted the wrong one. Projects. Launch Soku. Tables. Workspace subscriptions. I just have the one. Partially, yes, you are correct, but AI is moving exponentially. I feel government will be forced to mandate companies to keep workforces to keep economy moving for social interest. Workspace Stripe subscription ID. I need this one, but I also need to see the customer ID. People mixing two things with coding. People mixing two things, coding with software engineering. This was created the 6th. Do we have this customer ID in here? No such subscription. All right, well, let's just sign up to this one and see what happens. No such customer. Yeah, okay. So I gotta sign out. What if I sign into the other one that's in there? Yes, part of the job of software engineering is code that's only 10%. Yeah, I agree with that. Other thing is more important. Other things are more important, like problem solving and more. Yes, also true. I'm not anti-AI. I'm just seeing a lot of people scared to do the job. Even CEO Jensen Huang said that software engineers are not going away since oh shoot, I missed it. Since we will always need people with stack of skills. And that's the thing about software engineering too right now, fellas, is AI can only solve currently, right, until we get to AGI, which who knows when that'll be. Software can only solve problems that have already been solved. That's why a lot of the apps that people are building aren't going to go anywhere, because they're just building the same kind of thing in like a moderately unique way, or even like a medium unique way. And so whenever there's like a new problem that comes up, someone's going to have to solve it, which is kind of what Gigi and Cameron are saying, Cameros are saying, where it's like, you still need the problem solvers in the world. AI can't solve all your problems. It can only solve problems that have already been solved. Okay, so what happens? This one has none. What I want to do is see if the webhook's working. Let's go into Neon again. And in here, this one doesn't have a subscription, but it is a user in the database. Users, methinks. Oh, this one's not. So currently, this guy doesn't have access to anything, right? He's just a free user, methinks. Yeah. LLMs are super great, but CEOs keep fear-mongering people and they might end up losing, like Anthropic lost Fable. Yeah, I mean, that was a regulatory thing. I think Fable will come back out at some point. Let's go to billing. But yeah, I mean, you're not wrong. There's also a theory that it was like a marketing stunt for Anthropic, which I don't think is true. Just because I think it costs a ton of money to build models, to train models like Fable. Let's look. Average. What is it? Is it like 70 billion parameters? We'll just say a 10 billion LLM model. I just wrote model twice. Yeah, training frontier LLMs costs around 78 million to 192 million plus. So like the people that are saying that that Fable is a marketing stunt I think are completely wrong. Anthropic's not gonna sideline a $200 million model for any amount of time so people will want to use it. When they released it, they weren't even going to give it to pro users. They were only going to give it to today, actually. Today was going to be the last day that pro users were going to be able to use it inside the CLI. Otherwise, it was going to be in the API, which is going to be super freaking expensive. Which sucks because I used it for 2 days and they yanked it. It was actually pretty great. So, alright, so now I need to go in here. Let's just get started. See what happens. Hopefully I get my credits and stuff. What I wanted to do was test and see subscribe. I wanted to test and see if it renewed after the billing cycle. For a 10 trillion parameter, I think it would be way more. Is that what Fable was, dude? 10 trill? Yeah. I didn't know that it was that big. Damn. Alright, so this is working. That's sick. I really need to change all of these to be its own thing. Let's go in here. Subscriptions. There was this. I need to edit it. And I want to change it in here to where, let's say, trial period, continue subscription. Let's just change it to tomorrow and see what happens. I'll come back and check it tomorrow. I could probably do this some other way, but we'll just do that. Free trial ends tomorrow. Yeah. What happens if I refresh this? That's insane. 10 trill is insane. Okay, cool. We still have access. All right, sick. Dogs. I desperately actually want to migrate this back to HubSpot. Even though it's like, why are you doing that? I'm gonna go over here. Even though it's like very non-AI. Let's see, sign in with Google. I think HubSpot's just gonna be the way to go, dude. I'm so conflicted on this. I'm so conflicted on whether to use Adio or not. We can always migrate back if we want to. I think I should join my dad's farming business. It's the safest bet. You may not be wrong there, but you gotta sweat your balls off, dog. I went over to my old man's house. Yesterday and the day before to help him build to help him build a deck around an above ground pool. And I don't remember the last time I worked outside like that, dude. And I was like my back was hurting. And I was like, dude, this is hard work. And he's like a contractor kind of thing, and he builds pergolas. He like bids jobs, and he'll have like his crew go out there. Sometimes he'll do it too because he's really good with his hands and stuff. He can build stuff really well. But I was like, dog, this is hard work. I'm used to sitting at a computer and typing all day. So, all right. I desperately want to wrap up Launch Soku and start building my own kind of SaaS. I think there's a couple more things that I might need to... I think what I'm going to have to do is just like add it in slowly as I build my own product and see what I need along the way. Because I have Sentry in there. I have Post Hog in there. I'm just gonna have to like feed both of these into, or Post Hog rather, into the CRM as time goes on. But I'm not gonna know what I need to feed into there or like how it's gonna work until I start building out my own product. So I'm gonna start building out version 1 of my app. I have V0. I feel like I had a roadmap of stuff I wanted to do. I forgot I had notifications in here. My free trial is ending soon. Oh, because this is connected. I forgot about that. Nice. Forgot about these. At least I know that's working though. Very cool. Yeah, dude, it's very true. You're gonna have to sweat your absolute scrotum off. It's job security though. If that's what you want. There's beauty to manual labor though, dude. Like, I felt good after we got a lot of it done. I wonder if this thing is working. I don't think it is. Oh, it's definitely not, because it's not even pulled up anymore. New window. We'll go open recent local. Let's move this over here. Let's go to this, grab the... Did I just quit it? No. Okay, now let's try and run this again. Why does it say no live active chat? I thought... It's the right API key, for sure. Oh wait, is this the wrong one? I might be in the wrong one. Server. Wait, where is that? Oh, I'm in the wrong one, dude. What a clown. That's why. So I built this thing on stream the other day. And I just updated it just a minute ago. To where you can go in. Let's see. Here we go. You can go in and type some keywords. It's actually really dumb. Don't hate me. I'm just having fun here, boys. I've got no real agenda with this, like this streaming journey, other than to have a good time and meet some homies along the way. Let me get it on OBS real quick. Hold on. Okay. So now if I type wave, let's see if this works. I hope it works, dude. Okay, we're live. If I type wave in the chat, I think this little Claude sprite will show up at some point. I think. Yeah, there we go. With my little name on it. Waves at you and shit. There's a list of commands. I don't remember all of them. There's what are all the commands? I wonder if they all work. So these are all the commands. Y'all should try and go. Y'all should try in YouTube chat. Do any one of these, and it should like do a whole animation. Ah, shoot. I should, yeah, I wonder how I could, like, I will say that the delay is kind of weird. There's like a 15-second delay, or a 10-second delay. It'd be nice if it was immediate. It's not working on Android? That's weird. It should work on every device because it's just a overlay on the screen. There might be a little delay though. Yeah, there's just a little delay. Anyways, that was fun to build. All right, well, as far as the stream goes today, I really just wanted to like set up the new CRM thing and kind of fix that Stripe bug. I have build Soku where I want it, where I can like start building out features pretty quickly and stuff. So maybe I start building out like Soku Social, or I don't even know what I want to call it yet. Tomorrow. Maybe later on tonight. Yeah, because I don't want to work on this anymore. I should open source this, to be honest. This is actually kind of cool. All right, let's get out of all these. I do need to go into Vercel and Railway and deploy the API keys. I'm not gonna do that on stream though. Yeah. Let's do a cleanup on this real quick. At the top of a Mac and clicking on Open Settings. To open the main settings window. Include instructions on how to enable the Mac OS level settings to enable this app to run locally. Mention that it runs 100% locally, 100% free, and even works without internet if you don't connect Claude to it, as long as you download the 100 megabyte local model. Yeah, so I'm gonna try and get the Soku voice thing that I built up and open source. I just don't have any installation instructions on it. So like I haven't wanted to put it out anywhere where people have to figure out how to do it. Obviously you could just ask AI, but it's basically like a WhisperFlow clone. I call it Soku voice because Soku is like my brand that I'm going for. It just means immediate or immediately in Japanese. And so kind of like that's my theme is what I like to do is like just speed, right? Speed to whatever. Like whatever you're trying to do, like try and do it as obviously efficiently as possible. Speed. So all my products are built around that. I grew up in Asia, so like I fuck with Asian themes, Asian linguistics and stuff like that. I speak an Asian language. I don't speak Japanese. I wish I did. That'd be pretty cool. So that's why it's like Soku voice, launch Soku, like launch immediately, build Soku. For this one, build immediately. kind of thing. For anyone wondering what Soku meant, it means immediately or fast or whatever in Japanese. So yeah, I think my app might be called, like the social app might be called Grow Soku, like grow immediately, grow your social media accounts and stuff like that, because that's kind of like the theme of like posting more often, using original content and blasting it out there more often. So this app is actually pretty dope. I need to do some UI design on it, but it's pretty sick actually. I'm pretty proud of this, even though it's like V0. Yo, what up, Quigago? Yo, I've been gone for the past couple days actually. I went down to my dad's house for Father's Day and helped him build a deck around a above ground pool. So I haven't streamed since Thursday actually, which I kind of like am kicking myself in the dick about, because I really wanted to keep the streak alive. But it was one of those things where I felt like I needed to go down to my dad's house and help him do that stuff. He was kind of down in the dumps about it, so I gave up. I what's the term? I sacrificed the commitments I made to myself to help my dad, which, yeah, I should have streamed that. That'd have been fun. Maybe I should do that. I was sweating my balls off. My dad's a pretty wholesome guy, and I am too for the most part, but I cuss every once in a while, and I try not to cuss around him because he's I wouldn't say religious, but he's more religious or whatever. But I was like cussing the whole time because I was like dropping shit on my feet. Let me see if I can find some photos. It was a good time though. It was fun. That's how I. That's weird. Yes, this is what we're building. It's like a whole big deck around the above ground pool. This is actually my father-in-law. He happened to be in town too. This was us though. We were all out there yesterday and Saturday and a little bit of Friday too. And both of this is my dad and my father-in-law. They're both like really, really good handymen. Like they can do basically everything. They're good mechanics. They're good handymen. Yeah, you're not wrong, dude. You're not wrong there. He's a contractor, so he gets discounts on stuff too. But yeah, it was fun. It was a good time. We played some cornhole yesterday for Father's Day. We had some barbecue. It was a good time. It was a good time. Alright, so that's working. These are kind of done. I'm still laughing about that. Pop's got cash, buy lumber in this economy. Bro, lumber is so expensive, just wood in general. All right, what's next? What are we gonna... I think this is pretty much done. Launch Soku. think I start building Grow Soku now. I think I'm gonna call it Grow Soku. Is that domain available? I have to go here because for whatever reason when I go to namecheap.com, it leads me to like some enterprise login, which is annoying. Like watch. Oh, I'm just kidding. Maybe it's because I went here first. Don't mind me. .io. Yeah, it's available. Growsoku.io. What about .com? It's insane. My main gig is working on ERP systems for a pretty large building supply manufacturer. Prices are actually insane. Yeah, I remember I don't know what the price of lumber is right now, but I remember even back during COVID stuff, dude, it was so expensive because I was so poor back then. Like I had just gotten into software engineering and I was like in between jobs, and so I didn't have a job. My wife wasn't making too much money at the time, and I started building. It was right before COVID hit. I started building tables, like pretty big wooden hefty tables. Let's see if I can find a photo. And I started selling them for like 800, depending on what I could milk out of people, to be honest. Wooden table. And I made like $600 in profit off of them, which was good for me. You know, I sold 15, 20 of them over like 2 months period. Something like that. Let me see if I can find one. Oh, here's one, yeah. These tables. So I built these right before COVID and sold them. But wood became so expensive after COVID that that's my little kid, but I couldn't keep selling them. They were too expensive. It was too expensive to make, and like there was no profit anymore. So I was like, all right, we're done with that. All right, well, I have that all set up. Quigago, on any products that you use, like that you try and like sell yourself, what CRM do you use? Is there one in specific, or one specifically that you try and mess with, or no? Also, for anyone curious, if this is something I learned a couple days ago, this notification system that I have for Build Soku is actually pretty slick because it's integrated within the LLMs, and the LLMs will emit different, I can't remember what they're called, but when it's done with something, it'll emit kind of a signal, and you can hook into that signal and trigger actions based on that. So that's what I did here, right? So there's like the little notification. This one it's this one right here because it has the green dot. So it emitted, I can't remember what it's called. I gotta figure out what it's called. But you can hook into that and trigger different, UI type of actions based on it. So this one doesn't need any input, but if it did need input, it emits a different signal from that, and so you can like change the color or whatever. So this one's just done, so it shows as green, so when I click it goes away. But if I was going to be like, I I have to make it think about something first. Think about socialism in 2026 and ask me a question about it. So, I don't know, maybe it's a weird question, but it should, because I hooked into the needs user response hook under the hood in Claude. If it gives me options to choose from, like you can go down and up and stuff and click different questions or whatever, different answers. Or if it needs user input, it should show as a yellow dot. Let's see if it does that. I can't remember what it's called. I need to figure out what that's called. I could just ask this one. So it's only green. Maybe it was Codex. Oh, so this one's just done, right? It's not one of those ones where it requires input per se. So it just looks like it's done. Choose. Give me 3 options to choose from. Let's see if it turns yellow this time. Wait for it. Yeah, so now it's yellow. It gives me options to choose from, and under the hood, Claude and Codex and Gemini and Grok, they all know that. And so you can do different UI actions based on the output, the type of user input that it needs. So it knows that I need to answer some questions within a chat window, and so it's yellow now, which is dope. And now that I've looked at it, I guess it's green. And now that I've looked at it completely and clicked on the window, it's gone. So it's kind of cool. Anyways, I'm probably going to bounce off of here. My goal was achieved today of migrating to Adio, and then I'm getting the Soku voice package so I can like actually open source it. What's this thing doing? But I'm probably gonna bounce out of here and go to the gym. I might be on a little later, but I'll let you homies know. I appreciate y'all joining, as always. And if I don't see you later, I'll see y'all tomorrow, though. I'll be on tomorrow at some point. I should do this thing. A little wave. See if that shows up in chat or in on the screen. I should make a new animation for when I leave. It's like it'll do some sort of wild on-screen animation, like peace or something. Is it gonna work? I don't know, maybe it didn't work. Anyways, I'm out of here, homies. Peace.